Amazing associate needed in Utah with my awesome friend, Dr. Jordan Davis, and his fantastic office manager, Janet. They're here to share about their associate position. But before we get into the associate position, they changed this person's life today. So Dr. Jordan, Janet, tell us about what you did today. I love truly up to the minute dentistry. Tell us about this case.
Okay, so we just finished this case today. This is mainly what we do. We do these smiles. This patient is actually from California. So we see patients from everywhere, right?
All over the world.
And I am a dentist. I'm a licensed dentist, and you got me because when you showed me before this, what did I say? I said, how did you do this in one day? Who did this lab work in one day?
Yeah, exactly. Who did the lab work? Well, these are actually composite resin veneers. This is something that we do directly in their mouth. It's a very unique thing. We have a proprietary process that's our own that we continue to develop and improve on. And this is something that we do and are looking to expand. And of course, because it's direct composite resin, it's actually non-invasive or very minimally invasive. And so we have patients coming from all over because, as you can see, you can get these amazing, natural, very beautiful results. And you can do this without, really harming the teeth or causing issues to the teeth. So there's a huge market for this, and we have tons of people coming, like I said. And it's also something that we do in a day. So I actually did this smile in one day. So they come in and we get it done, and that's it. They leave, no temporaries, no sensitivity. And it's quite an amazing thing. And so as we move forward with expanding our practice, and the long-term goals are to expand to multiple locations and really bring on a lot more dentists.
Look, I want to interject. Jordan, I always say I just interject with brilliant ideas. I don't interrupt. That's what my wife says. Don't ask her, but just take my word for it. I want to interject for a second because, Janet, you're the office manager. Yes. I have Kate. I'm an office manager. How does this transform the patients' lives? They come out to you and they say, I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I spent the money. Do you review the financial costs with them or someone on their team? Dr. Jordan and the dentist, we tend to get to be the hero with what we do. And you guys have to come in and tell people, how do they pay for it? How do they maintain it? Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, yeah. So the initial call, they call in the office, they send an email. We have, they can either request a virtual or an in-person consultation. I would say 80% of our patients are coming from out of state or out of the country. And so what we're doing is we're having that initial conversation as they're submitting this request for to have Dr. Davis take a look at their teeth. It's a 30-minute consultation virtually. We do a FaceTime because we want to get as many as we can in and out. Dr. Davis can basically look at the patient's smile, say we're going to do it. Then I go over cost. We take half down to schedule, the other half when they come in for their appointment, and I'm typically booked 5 to 6 months out.
That's amazing. I mean, you guys represent the perfect team. I have a Kate in my office who's amazing, and we do a lot with implant dentistry. And it's just, the patients, they need to feel comfortable with the entire team, the procedure, the clinical procedure, and the cost. And I mean, this is truly awesome. You guys should be so proud of what you've done. And as we kind of move into talking about what your associate does, before you take this amazing patient off the screen, Dr. Jordan, would your associate be able to observe you do this and kind of be over your shoulder when this magic is happening?
Yes, I mean, that is the intention, not to just have them observe, but really train them.
Observe to be able to do it themselves. But I was just on a
to be able to do it. So we are a full service practice. We do general dentistry. We have all those things. We do dental implants and Invisalign and things like that. But this is one of our biggest, profit centers, I guess, this procedure. This is where we get most of the patients coming. It's fun. I would say it's different than a typical dental practice. We've all been there. Where patients come in and at least once a day somebody says, I like you, but I just being here, it's so miserable to be here. And there's kind of this negative.
Some people skip the I like you part and they just say, I hate being here. So I agree with you. I mean, I think dentistry can be made fun, and you guys are showing that fun things can happen to balance out some of the things that, frankly, it's just not as fun. And I get it why it's not as fun, right? I don't expect people, I would say to my people I teach, nobody really wants a new furnace. They do want a trip to Cancun. So don't expect people to want needs. And this is an awesome thing that you get to do for patients that truly transforms them. And you guys should be proud of doing that. And I think what I was sort of getting at was, yeah, that the associate could observe to learn, right? Observe to do it themselves. You could train them in this procedure truly chairside.
And I was just going to mention too that what we're able to do is we're able to introduce that new dentist as a resident dentist, which gives him opportunities to do beta testing for us.
Yeah.
And so him or her to do beta testing. And so it's a really good way. I should mention too that we do train doctors from all over the world how to do this.
Cool.
They come to courses every quarter. And so this is just an amazing opportunity for someone to be able to be part of a practice that people pay to come and learn. So,
and one thing I wanted to say, what I was trying to get at was that it's a whole different experience as a dentist doing these cases, because it has that opposite effect. It's not a drag. It's like, people are super happy and they come here, they want to come here, they want to pay for this type of procedure. And so it's a different experience. I just think our office, we have fun, we enjoy what we do. I do want to say that we work really hard, but there's tons of fulfillment in what we do. And that's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to find people that want to be a part of something really amazing like this.
And it's different. And we want somebody that wants to be part of the movement, because what we're doing is incredible. And people, I just had a dentist from Canada, Australia. We've had dentists come from Lithuania, Cayman Islands, Jamaica. It's huge in the UK right now, where they're all coming out to do mentorships with us. So I just think that it'd be an amazing opportunity for somebody to be part of this.
I love that. Well, thanks for sharing this case. I'm going to now go through with you guys. I'm going to apply for your job, and we're going to go through some of the questions a dentist would ask. I will not, I don't know if this is upsetting to either of you, but I will not be the real associate in your practice. I'm 46 years old. I don't even know if I can do composite veneers, Jordan, but basically I want to go through the questions someone would ask. So first, where is this job? Okay,
so this job is in Woods Cross, Utah, which is basically 10 minutes from downtown Salt Lake City.
Awesome. Great job there. Now, why are you looking for an associate? What is your why? As why you need another dentist to be with you in the practice?
Jana said that we're, I'm booking patients for these cases into June.
We're June now.
Into June.
Wow.
I can't get a consultation until April.
Yeah, so we have so many inquiries, so many patients coming through. I'm definitely a huge bottleneck in my practice with this. And so the ultimate goal at the end of the day is to get more dentists on board doing what I do, doing what we do. And, I would say loving dentistry. I think it's amazing. And obviously we're so bottlenecked at this point. It's like we need more people.
So more patients can be more problems. I like to educate. And, I think sometimes when dentists are new or they're growing a business, they think there's no such thing as too many patients. But when there's only one dentist that can help patients, that's great. Now, I'm the associate, and I always ask this, if you're going to take a job doing anything, you want to know, what are you going to be doing most of the time? So while I know that there's this opportunity to learn how to do amazing smile transformations, tell me about my what most of the time. Is it going to be direct restorative, extractions, crowns, hygiene checks? Give us the what this associate will be doing with most of their day.
Yes, I would say all of the above. I actually think it's healthy to keep a mix of doing other procedures.
Yeah.
I've been in both places, right? Where I only do smiles, where I've only done these smiles. But it's kind of nice to have a little bit of mix of dentistry in there. And I would say for the most part, anybody that would first come in here would be mainly doing the general dentistry.
Yeah.
The goal for, Janet mentioned resident doctor, meaning, an associate that's here. They're doing dentistry, but we're also training them to do these smiles. Once they get to a certain point, I would expect them to be doing maybe 1 to 2 cases a month. These types of cases that we just showed, at least initially. And I think that there's room to grow into doing it more.
Awesome.
Any dentist that comes in here that succeeds at that, is doing well at it, loves doing it, and and there's enough patience for all of that. I'm currently doing 2 cases a week. I think that there's potential for that dentist to grow into that
Amazing.
role if you want.
I want to ask you, when did you graduate from dental school, Jordan?
I graduated 2011.
I'm 2002. So I don't know if you've noticed, you probably know through the dental grapevine that the dental school tuition has gone up a lot. So my school was Penn, right? I just was at Penn. So it was a list cost of $200,000 to go to Penn in 2002 for 4 years. And that cost is now about like $625,000. So dentists who are newish in their career need to be concerned about how they're going to pay back their dental school loans, how they're going to pay rent, how they need food. I know you're going to put in some type of base salary guarantee, but talk about the earning opportunity. If you were taking this job with yourself, Jordan, like a Fight Club of associate dentists, right? You can clone yourself and take this job. What type of earning potential is there for this associate position in their first year with you?
So I would say very realistically, we have a range that we posted on there.
Yeah.
200 to 300,000.
Which I want to add is awesome. One of the things I want to share with my community, I use this to teach. I love talking to people like you guys. More office managers should come on. We should demand it now, Janet. Now I'm going to be upset when I don't have an office manager on next time. But that's a great range for an associate position like this. It doesn't mean that associate positions where people make $500,000 a year are bad. Doesn't mean where if they make $100,000 a year it's bad. But I just think it's such I like what you use there. Realistically, being able to earn that while being in an environment where they're being trained to do high level dentistry. I just think that's awesome. We have a specialist in our practice, Jordan, and we do implants more than these cosmetic cases, but our associates get to be in an environment where great things are going on. And, you're welcome to share pride in your practice. Why would you want to be there as a young dentist in your own practice if you had the chance?
Yeah, absolutely. And I would say that there's potential beyond that.
Yeah.
I think with the things that we're doing here and with the right kind of work ethic and motivation to do what we do, there's huge earning potential.
But I want to say, if I was a doctor, and I wish I was, and doing this kind of stuff, but I don't have that artistic ability. But I would say that the main reason I want to do that I would want to do something like this is because this is the wave of the future. This is technology that no one's doing. You would be part of the very first of it. And I just think that there is so much gratification, and that I'm part of something that nobody else in the world does, and they all come to learn here. So what an opportunity for somebody just getting out of school to, first of all, make that type of money, learn something that is invaluable, that most dentists are paying us to learn.
Yeah.
They're coming out paying us to learn how to do this, and we're actually paying them.
And I also think I'll just add in, I admire all different practice models, from the solo GP to 30 dentists working together, but in an area where you can be with a Dr. Jordan and someone as experienced you just have a bigger, stronger person who has your back, right? You have a bigger, stronger person who can tell you, this happened to me too. This is how you deal with it. Patients get upset about costs. Sometimes they blame you more than they should. So I love that. Now, I want to tell people they can text Jordan to 215-798-9897. They can go to dentistjobconnect.com to apply for this awesome position. But before we wrap up, my last question is this. Dentists are people too. And sometimes people don't think we're people. They think we live in the operatory like we thought our teachers lived in the back of the classroom. So what I want to ask is, take off your dentisting hats for a minute. And if you lived in your area, what are some fun things for an associate to do when they're not dentisting outside the operatory? They can be outdoor activities, indoor activities, beer gardens. What would you do for fun after hours in this area?
I wish he wasn't here because I could brag about him, but so I'm gonna see if he can say what he does.
Okay,
Yeah.
you each can go. Each of you can tell us.
People should know that Utah is obviously a huge place for outdoor activities.
Yeah.
Probably the biggest thing, skiing. Right, everybody comes to Utah to go skiing. So, outdoor activities are huge. I think what Janet was noting at is I'm a rock climber. I used to be a sponsored rock climber.
Wow.
So I love the mountains. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I'm here. It's because I love the mountains. So, people that love the outdoors, there's so much to do out here in regards to that. I mean,
and he's in a band and he's
Cool.
a drummer. He was a drummer for Alex Boyer, for anybody who knows Alex Boyer. Yeah, I'm a runner, so it's safe and a wonderful place to raise a family here. I mean, the school system's great, the community's great, the crime is low. I mean, I can run at 5 a.m. and feel safe.
That's
I can
awesome.
run at 10 p.m. and feel safe. And so I just think it's a good place to raise kids.
I would also say that Salt Lake City, it's a good mix of city life. It's a
Yeah.
very good balance of city life. It's not like a giant, it's not like New York City or something like that, but
You can get
but
both.
there's enough, city life and things and restaurants and food, plus outdoors. So it's a great balanced area, I would say,
I would
just
too.
in general.
Oh, and
as
good
far as-
shopping too for all of them.
I like coffee there as well. You guys have done a great job promoting what's your Utah, and you got back to your people roots. We heard rock climbing, coffee, running. I love that. So really appreciate both you sharing with me. You educated our community. Compliments on that amazing case you did. And if people want to apply to this position with Dr. Jordan and Janet, please text Jordan to 215-798-9897 or go to dentistjobconnect.com. Thanks so much, guys.
Cool. Thanks.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Bob.